Colorado is having an identity change on offense this year. This is not going to be the same offense that we've seen in Boulder the past 2 years with Shedeur, Travis Hunter, and all of the other talented wide receivers that they've had. This is going to be a more balanced team this season. Kaidon Salters was a huge find for Deion Sanders in the transfer portal this year. He was the best quarterback in the G5. And at one point, he was perceived as a potential Heisman candidate going into last season around this time. But with the amount of talent that Liberty lost, he kind of took a step back. But with him coming to Colorado, having good receivers, having what should be a finally good offensive line, Kaidon Salters can easily be the best or the second best quarterback in the Big 12 this year. With how dynamic he has the ability to be on the ground, he's going to open up the rushing attack for the rest of the running backs on this Colorado offense. You got Micah Welch, who is averaging over 4 yards per attempt last season. Dallan Hayden, I still believe that he's talented enough to be a very productive back, especially in the Big 12. And you hire Marshall Faulk to be your running backs coach this year. So the run game should see a huge increase in production for Colorado this year. They're not as loaded at wide receiver this season as what they were last year, but you got Amarion Miller coming back, who missed the majority of last season with the injury. And when he was on the field, he was an absolute dog. Deion Sanders said that he was only a few dogs away from this team being able to compete, and Amarion Miller is one of those dogs that he was talking about. Let's not forget about what he did 2 years ago when he came in down against USC, and that defense had no answers with trying to stop him. True freshman Quentin Gibson, who scored 30 touchdowns as a senior in high school last year at the highest level of high school ball in Texas. He could easily be this year's version of Jeremiah Smith. He's 5'9", 160 pounds, but he has a lot of similarities in his game to Tavon Austin with his speed and with how he just is pretty much untackleable in the open field. Those are going to be the two main guys in this Colorado offense that are going to make this passing attack work. And the offensive line should be pretty good this year. As I said earlier, Deion Sanders has been trying to improve this O-line since he first got the Boulder. And you know what they say? 3 times is a charm. You got a new offensive line coach. You got a bunch of experienced guys in the portal this year. You're not really banking on guys based off potential who haven't really proven that much. You got a really good offensive lineman from Illinois who was an all Big Ten selection. And you have more talent at this position than what you've had the first 2 years under Deion Sanders. And also you got more size and more athleticism. The only concern that I have about Colorado's offense this year is Pat Shurmur still calling the plays. He wasn't good calling the plays in the NFL. And his play calling last year was masked by the greatness of Shedeur Sanders. When you have a stud like Shedeur at quarterback, he can make a bad play turn into a good play, and the good play look like a great play, especially when he's throwing to Travis Hunter. This year, though, we really are going to see just how good of an OC that Pat Shurmur truly is now, because I still don't have a lot of confidence in him, but I'm giving him the benefit of a doubt because the majority of Deion Sanders coaching hires have worked out. The hiring of Sean Livingston, was one of the best hires that nobody really talked about. I thought that he should have been in the conversation for the Boros Award because he did a fantastic job with that defense last year. But offensively, though, with how balanced they should be this year, Pat Shurmur should have no issues picking up from where he left off last year if he can just tailor this offense around the skill set of Kaidon Salters. Kaidon Salters isn't the drop back passer that Shedeur is. He's not incapable of being able to be a good thrower of the ball, but his skill set is more so you want to get him involved with design quarterback runs, read options, which is the different element to this offense that Colorado should have this year, which should make it a lot better than what it was last season, just being old school Mike Leach. Let's just air the football out 40, 50 times a game, only run it 10 times. Colorado should be more committed to the ground. We should see breakouts from both Michael Welch and Dallan Hayden. And I'm expecting this new look Colorado offense to be good enough to possibly win the Big 12 and get to the college football playoffs this year. There is a lot to be excited about when it comes to this side of the football for Deion and the Prime and the Buffs. And as long as that